Annyeong! Welcome to Delightful, and welcome to Sketch With Me number 9. So I recently finished up a sketchbook. I've been trying to be a good girl, a good artist, and sketch at least once a day. So I tend to, sit down on the couch with my sketchbook after work and just make a drawing on one of these pages. And I recently filled out one of my sketchbooks, so it's time to start a new one, which is this Galaxy sketchbook. Both of these are available, not to make this a pitch or anything, but both of these are available on my Zazzle store if you want. They're cute little sketchbooks. I enjoyed working through the first one. For starters, I've already drawn the first page. It's a little intro page. I like to do like a little self-portrait or something, and the sticky note is covering up my phone number, so I had to cover that up, obviously, for the video. One cool thing about this square sketchbook is, it's perfect for Instagram, right? So you just draw on the page and you don't have to crop anything out later, which I still love to keep the Instagram square format. I know some people like to do longer images now, but I love a little square. I think it's so cute. So this is going to be a perfect Instagram sketchbook, I guess. To start out, I thought we might as well try to theme these 3 drawings together. So I was thinking sporty girls, basically. And I usually don't have long fake nails like this. This is a very rare moment for me, so I'm not used to drawing with long fake nails, so that was an added challenge, I guess. For starters, I thought we'd start out with a skateboard girl. A cute, sassy skateboard girl, kind of long noodle legs. A little semi-cartoons, not very realistic proportions or anything. I like to do big chunky hands and chunky feet. I think that's really cute when you pair that with noodle legs. It was going all right. I liked the pose, the little sassy hand on the hip holding the skateboard pose. But I sort of dressed her to go to the beach, didn't I? I gave her flip-flops and a little bikini top. So I thought maybe instead of a skateboard, she should have a surfboard instead. And I didn't think I was a summer person. I feel like I like all the seasons, but it feels like whenever I draw, I like to imagine the beach and summer and having fun outside in the sun on the sand. Maybe that's just wishful thinking while we're all in quarantine, I don't know. But yeah, surfer girls, it's fun. I love a summer theme. Recently I've had a blast just doing a simple, pretty quick and dirty pencil drawing, and then really quick inking it in with a big old thick chunky marker, and then coming back in, picking out a couple thinner lines and details with a thinner, it's not a ballpoint marker, but what is this? It's just an inking pen, I guess. I think it makes a quick drawing, but it still looks presentable. And the best part is, if you work with ink, exclusively ink in your sketchbook, you don't have to worry about it smudging on the other pages. You know how pencil drawings just get everywhere the longer it stays in your sketchbook. The graphite smudges all over the place. But if you ink it and then erase the pencil, I find that the sketchbooks are a lot cleaner and they last longer. And another plus is they scan a lot better. I don't know if you've tried to scan in your pencil drawings, but it can come out pretty bad looking. I haven't had much luck anyway, scanning in pencil drawings. I usually have to take a photo instead. But if you like scanning in your sketchbooks like I do, ink just always comes out really nice. So it's cleaner and it scans nice. So I've just been doing pretty much exclusively ink drawings in my sketchbooks these days. This one was also supposed to be a skateboarder because it didn't work out for the first drawing, so I was like, oh, well, I'll make her a skateboarder this time around. But the pose I chose, where she's bending backwards and grabbing the board, I suddenly realized I don't think that's a skateboarding move. I actually Googled it too. I was like, do skateboarders grab the back side of the board? And I couldn't find a single reference picture that had somebody actually doing that. And I realized that, in fact, I think I'd actually drawn a snowboarding pose instead. So I was like, well, okay, I guess this one's gonna be snowboarding. So twice I tried to draw a skateboarding girl, and 2 times it ended up being something different, but oh well. I think the pose still came out really cute. I like a good dynamic pose. It's fun to have the action lines of the ponytail, flying through the air, giving it some movement. Maybe that's one reason it's so much fun to draw girls. Like, you can do so much movement with the hair, you can make it fly out and around, it brings a lot of dynamic lines into a drawing. I just love big hair, I guess. Once again, I'm picking out some darker lines, outlining the drawing basically, and then keeping the lines on the inside of the drawing thinner, because I just like the way that looks. And then lastly, coming in with a big chunky permanent marker and really thickening the lines outside. Kind of makes it look like a sticker almost. Sometimes people ask me how long the drawings take in real life. You know, obviously they're sped up for the video. But I actually bothered looking at the timestamp in my editor this time, and altogether the drawing is clocked in at 1 hour and 45 minutes. So that's about 35 minutes of drawing, so pretty speedy. For my last sporty girl, I thought roller skates are super cute and fun to draw. And, what's it called? Roller derby. Roller derby is like making a comeback these days, right? Everyone's talking about roller derby, at least on my Instagram feed they are. So I was like, hey, yeah, I'll make a roller derby girl this time. So apologies to any roller derby experts out there. I just went for a pose that felt natural and had nice movement, but I don't know if it's a legit roller derby pose, or like if you'd even try to skate with your feet out like this or not. I'm sure somebody in the comments will know, but hopefully it looks legit. For more serious drawings, of course, I do more research and I Google reference or I take reference photos, but when I'm just drawing for fun, it's just for myself mostly. I am filming this for YouTube, I suppose, but in generally speaking, I'm just doing this for fun, so, it's not totally necessary to get everything right or accurate. If I can remember in time, I prefer to start by inking the face first, because if the face goes well, then it feels like I can do the rest of the drawing with no problem. And because of the nature of ink pens, they can bleed a little easier, they come out erratically compared to the control you have with a graphite pencil. Sometimes by accident, especially if it's a smaller face on the paper, like the ink can kind of come out weird and then you've got eyes that are going in 2 different directions, or it can really skew the pupils by accident. So yeah, I like to get that out of the way first and then continue with the drawing. Whether it's barefoot or inside a shoe, I always have trouble drawing feet. I tend to do okay if I've got a reference photo to work from, but when I'm drawing from my imagination, they tend to come out somewhat lozenge-shaped, which is what you're seeing with her roller skates. They're not terrible, but they're a little funny looking, so that's something I gotta work on. Erase the pencils, and our last girl is done. I think all 3 of our sporty girls came out looking pretty good. What do you think? I was actually so pleased with these drawings, I scanned them in and just threw down some color real quick. I didn't think to record this part because I didn't think it would take that long, but I ended up taking a lot more time on it than I expected. Oops. So maybe I should have recorded that, but anyway, here's how they came out. It always feels good to break in a new sketchbook. Thank you for joining me for these first couple of pages, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll catch you next time. Stay artsy! Annyeong!